This is the new Citroen C3 Aircross, and if it looks familiar, it's because it's very similar to the new Citroen C3 that was launched at the start of 2017. The C3 Aircross replaces the C3 Picasso, and that was an MPV, and everyone from Citroen in the last 24 hours has made it very, very clear that this is not an MPV, this is an SUV. So what do you need to know? Well, it rides 5 centimetres higher than the Citroen C3, it's 17 centimetres taller overall, and the wheelbase has been stretched by about 6 centimetres. On the road it doesn't actually feel that much bigger than a C3, the footprint doesn't feel any bigger at all actually, but it just feels more spacious, more roomy. There are 3 petrol engines, one of them is a naturally aspirated 1.2 litre with 82 brake horsepower, the other 2 are 1 litre 3-cylinder turbos with 110 or 130 brake horsepower. As for diesels, there's a 1.6 litre turbo diesel with either 100 or 120 brake horsepower. Now today I've driven what Citroen believes will be their most popular engine, the 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo with 110 brake horsepower, and I've driven it with both the 5-speed manual gearbox and the 6-speed automatic. Now the automatic, if I'm honest, is a little bit lazy. It's okay, but just a little bit slow, not always particularly smooth. My personal choice though would be the manual, and it's not because, oh, manual gearboxes, they're so much better than every automatic, because sometimes they're not. But I think you can get more out of this car with the manual. Granted, the gears are a little bit too long. It'd be nicer if they were shorter, because sometimes you're just, the gap between ratios is just a bit too wide. But you can just get more out of the car. The engine, 110 brake horsepower, 151 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 11.3 seconds and a top speed of 115 miles an hour. This car is slightly slower with the automatic gearbox. 0 to 60 drops to 11.8 seconds, the top speed drops to 114 miles an hour, and also with the automatic gearbox it's about 40 kilos heavier. With the manual I think it's 1160 kilos. The steering, there's a decent amount of grip, but the steering itself is actually very vague and very light. It'll come as no surprise to tell you that the suspension is quite soft, but it is soft for a reason. The reason being Citroen Advanced Comfort. This is a program that Citroen has coined that basically includes everything from the quality of the materials, the smell in the cabin, how much light there is, but also the suspension. Citroen have put comfort above how the car handles, and that's not to say that they haven't bothered trying to make it handle, it's just for them it's more about the experience, the comfort, being in a comfortable, relaxing car rather than a car that will perhaps be as fast as some of its competitors or as composed and controlled as some of its competitors. As for the design, well, to me it just kind of looks like a C3 that's a little bit taller. The only thing I'm not entirely sure about, and to be honest I wouldn't buy, are the Venetian blind effect stickers that are on the outside back window. To be honest, whilst they might add something to the styling on the outside, on the inside, when you turn around, it just blocks the visibility that you might have from that little window. So for me, it's an option I wouldn't go for. Now prices start at £13,995 and they go all the way up to £16,900. But the blue car you see today in all of our footage was spec'd up to £21,670. That is quite a lot of money for a C3 Aircross. A sharp driving machine it is not, but fair play to Citroen for saying, actually for us, it's about comfort.